Oh, I want baby girl.
Don't baby girl me. How many of your groupies you call baby girl? Is Tisha a baby girl? Is Amanda a baby girl too? And who the hell is Bonquisha? Is that even a name? Man, I can't live.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sherainsville, everybody. Welcome. Let's welcome everybody. Yes. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Hope everybody's having a blessed night, doing whatever it is that you're doing for the evening. As long as you're getting them tools in your pocket for dealing with these domestic violence and narcissistic people up out here in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, make sure y'all stay focused up out here, okay? Welcome, everybody. Absolutely. Let's give a super round of applause to all my victims and my survivors out there. Yes. Let's give a big round of applause. Listen, we about to get into this real quick. Welcome to Sherainsville. Make sure everybody's staying focused up out there in them streets. Making sure everybody get the tools in their pockets when you're dealing with a narcissist and domestic violence right here in Binghamton. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Welcome to Sherainsville. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Let's welcome all my victims, all my survivors, and all my thrivers, or anybody that's out there that just want to educate yourself. And you already know, let's say, welcome to all you narcissistic men and women up out there. Let's go. Yes, absolutely. You already know we got to welcome everybody. So listen, I'm just up here making sure that everybody's getting the tools in their pockets right here in Binghamton and the surrounding areas. That is the goal. You know, that is the goal, okay? This is why I come up here, I spread awareness, I let everybody know what's going on, just in case your story, your situation may fit what I got going on, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out here in Binghamton and you're out here dealing with these narcissists and these domestic violence people, especially these narcissistic women, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that y'all understand what's going on so you don't put yourself in a clown shit circus show, okay? Alrighty, because at the end of the day, these narcissists, whether they're male or female, they will definitely try to play victim. Alrighty. So let's go. Let's get into this. Welcome to Sherainsville, everybody. Let's go. So y'all already know it's Wednesday. So make sure y'all stay tuned for my Thirsty Thursday awareness tomorrow morning. Y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all know I like to come up here a little early on a Thirsty Thursday. So y'all stay tuned. You never know what Shereen will gonna come up here and say on a Thirsty Thursday. Awareness, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yes. And then you know Friday coming up, my radio show coming in. And we're gonna get into some more juicy information. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out here in Binghamton and you're not getting the tools in your pocket, if you're going through a domestic violence situation, whether you're a male or a female, all right, just know that there's some help out there. There's people out there that's walked the same shoes. They've been in the same shoes as you. Maybe something different because everybody's story is not the same. Alrighty. There are licensed advocate, peer mentor survivors. There's all types of people out there that's willing to listen to you, understand you, and to be able to help you. Okay. So if you have friends or family that's out there and they not understanding you and they not trying to, understand what you got going on and going wrong, just make sure you reach out and you guys get that help, okay? Because it is most definitely needed. And if you don't have the tools, then what are you gonna do? Stay stuck? Now, in the video that I did previously before, I did share some resources, okay, for the Boone County and the Southern Tier, the Binghamton area, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to check out those resources that I did share, check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same resources that I share throughout everybody, that anybody that comes in contact with me. And not only that, this is the same resources that if you look online and you're in these surrounding areas, that is the same resources that you're gonna find up there yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, we are live right here on YouTube. Okay, so if you haven't already, make sure y'all hit the like button, share this video, or whatever it is that you need to do. Okay, you never know who's going through something, who may just need to see this video. Another thing, to all you men out there, okay, that's dealing with a narcissist, a toxic female, a domestic violence female, no matter who they are, okay, and you tired, you don't even got to say nothing no more. Just send my video right on over to them. Maybe they get the information that they need so they could, figure out their own stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because it's real out here in these streets. It's absolutely real, okay? And another thing that needs to go on out here is like everybody got to start speaking up. And when you're dealing with domestic violence or narcissistic abuse, and when you're being an advocate, that is what you're gonna always hear coming from an advocate, a survivor, a thriver, or anybody that's within that field. You're gonna always hear them say, "Speak up for yourself, break the cycle." You're gonna always hear that, ladies and gentlemen, because without anybody speaking up, especially these men, then how are you gonna get that help that you need? You know, no one is gonna understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? With you not speaking up about what you got going on, all right? Especially if you got to deal with these toxic women. Because men, I totally understand. Y'all got to deal with them loudmouth, nasty, want to be evil, whatever they got going on and going wrong, that they still need some help and they want to bring that bag negative juju 304 energy onto you. All right? So listen, men, if you're going through that, just know, break that cycle, get some help. And if you're noticing that's the type of women that you keep picking up, then it's not to blame you as the victim or anything like that. You also got to do some searching and some things about that yourself because honestly, it don't have to just be you. It don't have to be you, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I say, um, don't let nobody blame you. It's not your fault for you going through domestic violence. It is not your fault that these people try to come into your life and talk all this nonsense and then start treating you that way. So this is why I say, speak up, get the information that you need, and move on and break that cycle because no man or female should have to sit there and tolerate domestic violence or narcissistic abuse from anybody. And another thing they don't have to tolerate is street pharmacist activities. They don't need to tolerate multiple supplies in a cut. They don't need to tolerate as if they're taking care of another person. This is not what people out here need, to tolerate. And this is not what they signed up for. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're noticing, you don't even know you're in a narcissistic relationship, okay? But you're noticing it's toxic. You're noticing it's not stopping. You're noticing they're not changing and y'all keep going in circles and it's just the same thing, but you're trying. Listen, no, cut that off. It ain't no good. The narcissist is not going to change. You're just going to keep going in that love clown shit circus show. So once you open up your third eye and stop getting love bombed and gaslit and manipulated, okay, then you'll see the bigger picture when you're dealing with somebody that has narcissistic personality disorders. All right, so this is what I'm saying. Do your research. Look up what is narcissistic personality disorder. Even if you don't want to take this information, but once you start doing your research and you start understanding and recognizing what you're dealing with, you know dealing with a narcissist is like dealing with a demon. It's like being in a circus all day all day. That's just the job. The supplies and the cut is the animals, and they're gonna do whatever it is that narcissist is telling them to do, ladies and gentlemen. So get yourself out the show. All right. And honestly, when you really sit back and you look at the whole situation, it's a clown show. No matter what information they feed you, I don't care how many supplies, how many gifts, whatever they're buying you. I don't care what they're telling you. And another thing y'all need to not be doing out here, because a lot of people in Boone County is doing it. Stop registering y'all cars for these people. Let me rephrase that. When these narcissists and these DV people is coming to you and they asking you to register some car, put car insurance on for them, you tell them no, ladies and gentlemen. What? Register what? Insure what? Y'all already know how I feel about that. And another thing, don't be going to no car dealerships with them. All right. And when you go to these car dealerships and they talking about they gonna pull a car out and you just register and put insurance on it, you tell them no as well, ladies and gentlemen. No. What? That's all your information on there. All right, they do street pharmacist activities in them cards under your name. All right, they have multiple supplies in the cut in them cards under your name. They be bashing them cards out under your name. They be crashing them under your name. You gotta remember, just because the title could be under one person's name does not mean anything, ladies and gentlemen. Once you register a car, it's over for it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's your name as well. That is on there. Okay, you register it. You know when the cops ride by through the DMV system, what's pulling up? Not the narcissist. All right, it's gonna be your name that's popping up. All right, so listen. And then when they doing street pharmacist activities in there, man, oh man, it just gets even worse. So, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to be held reliable and responsible for what these narcissists is doing up out here in these streets, especially if they got domestic violence issues, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they got DV issues. You don't need to be dealing with anybody that got DV issues, ladies and gentlemen. I It's not to say, oh, DV issues, oh, they're not beating my ass or anything. That don't mean nothing. Domestic violence is not all about somebody getting beat, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all gotta understand that. Narcissistic abuse, all right, is domestic violence. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how you put it. You can look it up. You can do your own research on it. But it's domestic violence, all right? No, I don't care if they're not putting their hands on you. If they're doing everything else under the sun in the book, it is domestic violence, ladies and gentlemen. And you don't deserve that. All right. So listen, if they telling you they're gonna go to the counselor, I want you to sit back and ask yourself how long. How long you been asking them? How long they been saying they're gonna go there? And did they go? Because if they didn't go, why are you sitting there forcing them to go? They're not gonna go. They're just feeding you that information to feed your brain, to gaslight you, hoping that will work because they know it's going to work. It worked plenty of times before. Okay. And once they do that, they got you. And then they're going to just figure out how to come back out there with new supply more better. Okay. They're going to figure out how to mind fuck you more better. That's what it's all about. Narcissistic people, narcissistic personality disorder, anybody that have that disorder, they don't have a cure. Ain't no cure to that. I'm just going to let y'all know. Ain't no cure, ain't no pill, ain't no medicine, ain't nothing. The only thing that's going to help these people is, and it ain't going to help them. The only thing it does, and you can ask any licensed therapist that's out there. I already did videos on this with Dr. Romani. I already did all of that. Okay, you can follow her on YouTube. All right, but they don't have no cure. Okay, there's nothing for that. The only thing it is for them to go sit in front of a counselor, a therapist, and to really confess everything that they done right and everything they done wrong. But here's the catch to that, ladies and gentlemen. You really think them narcissists is gonna go sit down? Them DV ones is gonna go sit down in front of a licensed therapist, a counselor, or anybody and say, "Yes, Miss Lady, my mom, my dad never told me no when I was little. Okay, my mom, my dad treated me the best out of everybody. I never got in trouble. All my siblings got in trouble. I got whatever I wanted when I was young. As an adult too, when I beat other women asses, my family was right there. I was always right. Now I'm in my 40s and I'm still right. My mind is just all. You really think they're going to go sit down and say, yeah, I done screwed over this woman, I done beat her, I done did that, I done got money out of her for this, I done used all of them for supply, my own personal gain and need. Y'all really think they're going to open up like that? No. So this is why when you ask a licensed therapist, do people with narcissistic personality disorder come in here uh more than, do y'all hear more from them type of people than you will hear from somebody that has domestic violence or whatever? They're not, those narcissistic people are not gonna really go sit down. So it's really hard for them to really pull a lot of data off of them. But out of the people that did go and sit down, this is all the information that they're still getting from narcissistic personality disorder and relationships and people that have them tendencies, okay, them traits, all right? So another thing, there's no cure to it. They're not gonna go sit there. This is why they're scared, and this is why your partner ain't going. They ain't going to face the music. The devil ain't going to face the music, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, they are there for a reason to keep pulling you down right along with them. Okay. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care if they tell you they ain't got no family, they ain't got no kids. I don't care. You know, I done seen the narcissist lie about him having bank accounts, having this and having that. I keep telling y'all, when you slip a narcissist mask, you know what's hidden under that. And a lot of people can't slip a narcissist, mask. Some people go unalive behind trying to slip a narcissist mask. Okay, some people do. But this is why y'all gotta stay focused. Don't be out here getting love bombed. Start asking them who their cars is registered to, and don't take that word. You understand what I'm saying? Remember what I say. The registration, that's in a glove box, and it always has to stay in the car. That has to stay in the car. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And just know if they talk about, oh, that's my mom, my uncle, my cousin, ladies and gentlemen, do your research. All right. Also, start knowing that information for a reason. It's not to be nosy, but a lot of girls and a lot of men is going unalive behind these situations like this. You understand what I'm saying? Just look it up. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. There are people going unalive behind getting in cars with people they think they know and don't know two shits of nothing about them. And now that person may have some bad negative energy out in the street, and people done you caught them lacking. You get what I'm saying? And now look, whole car shot up, everybody shot up, and you was just like no. Okay, so y'all gotta start knowing who cars y'all hopping in. And it's not to be nosy, and it's not to just be in a business and but you got to be careful because the narcissist is walking amongst us. They have DV tendencies. They have issues. They have mommy issues. They have daddy issues. They have personal issues that you, as a supply, because you are supply, no matter how you put it, it's because whatever you're supplying them, you can be the supply and whatever you're supplying them. So it doesn't matter how you put it. Okay. So don't be out here dealing with these narcissists. All right, just pay attention. Everybody out here ain't a narcissist. Don't just be walking around here talking about, oh yeah, you narcissist because you love bombing me too quick. No, no, no. Pay attention because it will all be hidden right there in the beginning when you start dealing with them. And that's the problem. They love bomb you very smooth. I keep telling y'all that. All right, boundaries, set some boundaries. Stop allowing people to know you're not registering no car, you're not putting insurance on no car for nobody. Okay? That's not what y'all doing out here in these streets. Do that for yourself. Tell them no. Tell them to do it for themselves. Okay? Another thing that I don't want to be seeing is people putting their names on leases. That's another thing I'm hearing. Like I keep telling you, I have a support group page. So I get other information about other people's situations, okay, that I bring to the light. All right. And there's another thing, you know what I'm saying? So all my people that's out there that's a victim, all right, no matter who you are, male or female, all right, and your batterer is within any type of law enforcement. All right, because like I said, I have a support group page and I get a lot of information about that. Just know that there are advocates that's out there that's willing to help you. But I'm gonna tell you like this: no matter where you're located, nationwide, start with somebody within your area, okay? And you keep track of everything. I know how them law enforcement people act. They're gonna try to use their buddies and things like that. But let me tell you something. When I bring that to attention to one of these advocates out here, and I tell you this much, they don't like that type of information. They don't like that. That is crazy work. And they wish that they can, go to other states and things like that and help those type of people because that's not cool. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's happening to you, you got that kind of issue going on, your battle is within any type of law enforcement. Keep your boots on the ground, keep all your evidence, find you an advocate, any advocate within your area, and then try to get that advocate to get you out to relocate out the whole area. Okay? All right. And that's what you do. And then when you relocate to a whole different area, then you start those advocates out there are gonna make sure that they protect you and get what you got going. Make sure y'all go to areas that's very strong on domestic violence that don't tolerate it. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure. And also, when you're dealing with advocates, lawyers, or whoever, all right? If nobody is fitting your need, you can always get a new one, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to settle for less. See, that's the thing. Don't settle. All right. If one person ain't hearing you, there's somebody else out there that's gonna hear you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So stay focused out here in these streets, especially in Bloom County. There's too much domestic violence going on. There's a lot of people that be losing their kids behind it. You know what I'm saying? We don't even want to talk about that. That's a whole nother topic. There's a lot of people out here that, these men these narcissistic and DV men, some of them it's about to be wintertime real soon, summertime gonna be over. And they're gonna be looking for a place to stay. But don't worry, we're gonna get into a video about that as well. You already know Shireen got all of y'all at the end of the day. Because listen, somebody gotta bring light to it. Somebody gotta bring awareness. And a lot of people in Binghamton is quiet. They're very quiet about their DV or whatever. They allow whatever it is that happens to them, they allow it because them narcissists and them domestic and that toxicness and that 304 and that loving hip hop and baddies, all that stuff on TV, they do that up out here. So they think that's cute. They think it's cute. And I keep telling anybody, come visit Binghamton. Yeah, come on and visit. Come visit on a weekend when you know them clubs and bars is open. Just make sure y'all stay focused and 10 steps ahead and watch your exits and just pay attention. And not even just that, all right? Yeah, if you're already in Binghamton or in the surrounding areas, or whatever the case may be, uh, just watch how they operate in them clubs and them bars and them machine things. Especially them narcissistic women. Them let me not get into it. See, I should call y'all out, them narcissist, toxic, domestic violence type of females that think they on love and hip hop and baddies. Yeah, I think there's another video that I need to do on y'all because in Binghamton, that's all they know how to do. All they know how to do is be in the clubs, the bars, and the shame things every day, every weekend. But then when the winter time come in, don't worry, they're gonna be in there too. They're gonna find some way somehow to cuddle up with each other, talk about each other, and do whatever. Talk about people, kids. Lord knows they do it all out here. So just pay attention. You know what's crazy? When I first moved out here, it's so real that somebody had to give me and my own sister the rundown on how they operate out here. Okay? You got to get a rundown. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn, and I already I go anywhere comfortably. But I'm just saying, I'm already not an outside person. I'm an empath. I don't like that big crowd. I don't like people in my house. I don't like none of that. And I'm one of them type of people. When I go somewhere, I'm ready to go in 2 minutes. That's just what it is. I watch my surroundings. I let you think I'm off guard, but I definitely watch my surroundings on everything, especially if I've been through all the stuff I've been through. I definitely watch my surroundings. And this is why I try to teach you guys to get the tools in your pockets so y'all can start watching your surroundings too. But yes, come on out here to Boone County and Binghamton to one of these shindigs and parties or events and watch how these narcissistic women up out here operate. They think they on love and hip hop and baddies. Real talk. Just watch it. Half of them come out with half of their body out. You know what I'm saying? Showing everything. Just showing it all. You got to keep something away. But no, that's how they operate out here. Half of them like to get on the internet and talk about people. Half of them been through domestic violence. And a lot of them been through some narcissistic abuse up out here in these streets, right? Some of them get their kids taken away up out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, they CPS callers out here. Absolutely. They are oh, what? You got something better than them? They are CPS callers out here. Yes, these type of people out here, the women, the way they operate out here, and I'm not speaking for all women out here do this. So if you in that percentage, like I keep telling y'all, everybody out here not like that. All right. So get your panties out your bunch, okay? So we just speaking for the ones that are like that, the loudmouth ones, the ones that been through domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships, who Lord knows. All right. And they come out in these streets and they operate crazy. They mouth is foul. They think they got it better. They think they this, they think, and I keep telling you, they think they don't love hip hop and baddies. I keep telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? Those type of women. Yeah, that's what y'all gonna see in there. And then go back again another weekend. You gonna see them same women in them clubs and bars and shinglings. You might see them in another different dude's face. All right, that's how it go. And the men too. Don't get me wrong, but we talking about them narcissistic women up out here in these streets in Binghamton. You get what I'm saying? So, man, y'all stay focused. Ladies, too, stay focused because they supplies be in them clubs and bars and shindigs, and you ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on and going on. Your head could be on good on your shoulders, just going out and have a good time, and they operating wicked. They on demon time, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, they on demon time, all because they can't get over the simple fact that, you know, their person probably didn't want them no more. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Supplies act wicked up out here in the streets. They can see their partner moved on, and then the next minute you could be out and about and they trying to run down. Like what? What kind of listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what to do for people like that. Somebody like that belong in jail. Hmm. I don't care, call it what you want to call it, but they belong in jail when they start doing stuff like that. So if you catching somebody doing something like that on you and you outside your ex or your partner or whatever, I don't care what it is. You know, you moved on with your life and they trying to stalk you and the next person you're with or whatever you got going on, don't tolerate that disrespect of narcissists like that. You put your foot on the ground. I don't care how you call it. Shit, call the police on them. I don't care if they're a man or a female. Y'all men need to start speaking up too. Do the same thing. What? Don't play them dirty games with them. See, here's the difference how people mess up at, right? Uh, they start reacting to these narcissists because they get tired. Men and women, and a lot of men go have to go. A lot of men goes through this. You know, the ones that stay silent. So this is why I say, men, speak up. Don't tolerate that. Do not interact with that. Don't feed into it. Whatever they talking, I don't care if they telling you, oh, you this, you that, you this, you that, you HO. I don't care what they talking about. Don't say nothing. Remember I said no contact? No contact means no contact. Just let them rock out with all that texting. Let them rock out with all that calling so they can look funny. And then you collect all your evidence and you got it. All right. If you got to report it, you report it. All right. That's what you got to do. Because they're crazy. That's why I say when they go no contact, they start to hoovering. That's what hoovering is. Don't fall back into the trap, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people, they go around in that circle. But my whole goal is to help you guys stop. Don't go back around that circus. You understand what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong if you've been around it twice, three, 400. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It does not matter. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when y'all dealing with these domestic violence people, y'all stay focused up out here in these streets. Keep all your evidence, right? Because they play games, and it's the type of games that you don't got time for. Remember, remember that. They will play games. They lie to their family members. They will have their family members think it's something totally different. They're smiling your face. It's a lot of things that they do. All right. So if you want to deal with a demon and you want to be in a clown shit circus show and you want your mental effed up all the time and you want to keep getting love bombed, gaslit, manipulated, then y'all stay in the clown shit circus show, okay? But just make sure before y'all do that, ladies and gentlemen, you get the shovel, okay? You go find the grave site, okay? And you start digging, okay? Let's go. Yes. You might as well start digging your grave very early, because that's where they're going to land you. Welcome to Shireen's All, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, if you haven't already, check out all my other videos. I appreciate everybody for coming up here, reviewing. You know, if you know somebody, anybody, male, female, grandma, grandpa, cat, dog, please let them know about this video. Share my YouTube channel with them. If you need some resources, drop it in the comments. Go to my community wall. I share a lot of stuff on my community wall. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Also, you can follow my support group page. That's on Facebook. It's called Domestic Violence and Narcissistic Relationships I Thrive. Even if you don't have Facebook, you could definitely, you know, talk to me through my community wall if you need to. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And what I do on my support group page is I share a lot of awareness information up there. I share my story. I just share a whole bunch of resources, information for all women and men. What to do? Just go up there and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. You never know. You might meet somebody out there that's been through the same thing you went through. You never know if your story may help someone else out there. You never know if you got a similar story to someone else. You know, there's men out there, there's women out there, there's all ages. All right. At the end of the day, Shireen Will don't discriminate, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, domestic violence happens to anybody, no matter who, both genders. All right, so we gonna start heading up out of here. Y'all stay blessed right here in Binghamton. Okay, make sure y'all watch them narcissists because they're gonna be up in them clubs, them bars, and them shingdings. Absolutely. They are. They're gonna be in there, I'm telling y'all. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't be buying them no drink. They don't need none. And don't be driving in no car with no narcissist that's out there driving, drinking and driving. That's wicked. I don't know how people could do that. Let me tell you something. If you made it to this end of the video, and if you don't like that drinking and driving, please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't condone drinking and driving, hit the like button because that's what they do out there in them streets. Okay? Yes. Because it's not cool to be out there drinking and driving, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, welcome to Shireen, and I'm gonna start heading up out of here. And stay tuned for that Thirsty Thursday awareness tomorrow. And also stay tuned Friday for my radio show on the WBC 99.5 FM, right here locally in Binghamton and the surrounding areas. Nationwide as well, but stay tuned, for all the people that's in the area that can get that radio station 99.5. But if you can't, that's what my Patreon is for. Check that out, okay? My Patreon is on all my pages, so check it out. If you don't know, you want my Patreon information, drop it in one of my comments, and I'll drop the information again, ladies and gentlemen. But you can find it on my community wall, okay? My Patreon is called Shireen's World, just like my YouTube channel. All right. And on my Patreon has, my radio shows that I do for the week and whatever else I may do behind the cut for the people that may not be able to see it on YouTube or, the people that's not within the surrounding areas that could just turn on a radio and hear it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned and listen, y'all stay safe out here, please. This is crazy. Thank you.
You got a long way to go. Rock with me now.